Hey, Larry and Forgotten Man. Of course, nobody likes the sound of their own voice, and I don't like mine that much. But I got to tell you that some of your callers are my favorites. When Al from Riverside hasn't called for a month, I kind of have a hole in my life shaped like Al. And that guy from Chicago is wonderful to hear. Just really appreciate some of your callers. I wish that woman, that older gal from Houston, would call again. I thought you should hire her to be on Fridays to stand in for your mom. It would be cool. Anyway, keep up the good work. Love your little 1-minute calls or 20-second calls. They're just so interesting, and it indicates that there are people in America who are actually thinking. Thanks a lot, Larry. God bless you. Bye. Oh, Scott from Oregon.
God bless you, too. Thank you so much for that.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. My Pillow is offering... Actually, My Pillow's not offering it. Mike Lindell of My Pillow is offering it. 50% off the 4-pack, which includes 2 premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. So if you're looking for a fantastic night's sleep, now's the perfect time to get your first pillow. 800-890-1843 or mypillow.com. 800-890-1843 or mypillow.com. In both cases, use promo code Larry. I think the reason I'm laughing is because I'm thinking about the time I was on the Chris Rock show some years ago. I wrote a column about it, and I wrote it in, what year was it? I don't know, long time ago, over 15 years ago. And, well, it was during the impeachment thing. And they did pre-interview of me and said, what do you think about the Clinton scandal? I said, he should be impeached. And they said, why? And I said, well, perjury, subordination of perjury, obstruction of justice. These are impeachable offenses, I said. They said, okay. What about gun control? I said, I'm against it. Really? I said, in the states where citizens can carry concealed weapons, the murder rate decline. Really? How about minimum wage? I'm against it. Hate crime legislation. I'm against it. We went over a whole bunch of stuff in 6 or 7 minutes before I went on the show. So I walk out there, and Chris Rock goes, Larry Elder, you think Clinton ought to be impeached? What's wrong with you? And that's all we talked about. And I tried to make the argument that this is not about sex. It's about perjury, about obstruction of justice. And he didn't want to hear about it. He kept talking about how it was consensual sex. All right, fair enough. For those of you who are on the left, who were parroting Chris Rock's words back then, how dare you jump up and down with devilish glee over the allegation that President Trump had an affair with a porn star 10 years ago? I don't get it.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
You don't give a rip about Anita Dunn, the White House communications director, on the record saying that this place, because of its frat boy antics, her expression, not mine, if it were in the private sector, it could be brought up as a hostile workplace. Again, her term, not mine. And when the book came out quoting her, she denied saying it. Oops, bad news for her. Ron Suskind, Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, now you know why you got a Pulitzer Prize, taped her. And a Washington Post reporter heard the tape and said, that's right. Everything he said in the book was corroborated by what I heard on the tape. Now, why do you suppose Anita Dunn lied about it and said she didn't say it when in fact she did say it? Because she knew it was embarrassing for the Obama administration. Yet the media didn't give a rip. But let's talk Stormy Daniels.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
You guys are just too much. Ben Rhodes, Deputy National Security Advisor, degree in fine arts, fiction writer, no experience whatsoever in national security, never been in the military, never been in the State Department. He is Obama's Deputy National Security Advisor and either wrote or co-wrote every single one of his speeches, major foreign policy speeches, right? Brags to the New York Times that, I was the architect of the Iran deal. I sold the Iran deal based upon this narrative that there's this chasm between the hardliner Ayatollahs and the moderates. We want to strengthen the moderates, so therefore let's do this deal. The whole thing was bogus, he says. Never had a permanent top security clearance. Never did. Whole time. But let's talk about Trump. These people are just too much. Now, regarding trade, Let me just ask you something. Those of you who are on me about this, am I wrong about the impact of the steel tariffs when George W. Bush imposed them in 2002? Was I wrong about what happened under FDR when he did all those New Deal things? And we had Lee Ohanian on, the economist from UCLA, probably done more work regarding the impact of the New Deal on the Great Depression than anybody else, and says there's no question that all of these programs, all these things he did made things worse. And the tariffs, the Smoot-Hawley tariff, the tariff that was put on by a Republican president right before FDR came, dramatically worsened economic conditions. Reagan put on tariffs, voluntary import quotas and tariffs. Cost the American consumer billions of dollars. Here's what I don't get. Well, Larry, I don't mind paying a little bit more to save a job. Really? So when I tell you that illegal aliens cost California $25 billion every year, why can't a proponent of illegal aliens say, well, it only costs Californians a little bit of money when you average out the fact that there are almost 35 million people living here? It ain't that much. In order to keep a few people safe, we'll just... What? So you're okay with paying $400,000 to save one job, which is what the American people did under the Bush steel tariffs, which is why he removed them years before he said he was going to, because they weren't working. And national security, if the fit hit the shan, whom do you think is going to be in a more vulnerable position because of the stuff that they need to get from us, most notably money? The Chinese or us? Please. Furthermore, we produce most of our own aluminum, most of our own steel anyway, right here in America. National security. I have a whole lot more respect if you said, look, he made a campaign promise, and like it or not, they're popular. Even though, say, the minimum wage is not popular. Like it or not, it's popular. Larry, you've not won the argument based on popularity. People want him. And so Donald Trump is fulfilling a campaign promise. So I have a lot more respect for you if you said that. Don't tell me it's good for the country, because it's not. 888-971-SAGE. Why is Kim Jong-il agreeing to meet? Well, U.S. aircraft carriers surrounded his butt. That kind of focuses the mind, doesn't it? I'm Larry Elder.
You're listening.